everybody, and welcome back to the Hacienda. Rivet here. Today we're going to make something great back from 1963, and courtesy of excuse me, YesterKitchen and Jill. She has a great channel called YesterKitchen, and she makes all kinds of stuff from the old-timey times when we were kids. Great food. So I am going to put the link below and up here on the ticket, the card, whatever you want to call it. Go check her out, send her some love, tell her I sent you, and check out all her great food. Today what we're making is John J. Limas, John J. Lima beans. Now I'll tell you this, I had never heard of them before in my life, but as a kid, I loved lima beans, always have, always will. I'll just snarf them up. So anyway, I liked her recipe. They seemed a little odd, so I futzed around with them for about a month, 3 weeks or so, tweaking and dancing and playing around with the recipe. God dog, did I eat a bunch of lima beans. But I finally got a recipe, my twist on it, that I love. And so here we have Rivet's version of John J. Limas. We got baby lima beans, we got blue cheese, we got Parmesan cheese, we got milk. As with her recipe, we got homemade breadcrumbs, and thanks to Mrs. Rivet, she's always making breadcrumbs, she's always baking, and they are delicious. We have a heavy teaspoon of red pepper flakes and half a teaspoon of white pepper. Now, one thing I learned is you got to use white pepper in my recipe, because if you use black pepper, it's got all these ugly black specks and makes it look dirty. So, you know, that was a tweak. Use white pepper. So anyway, stick with me. I'll show you how it's done. All right, so we have cooked the lima beans in simmering water for 15 minutes. And now we're going to take the cup and a half of milk, and we're going to heat it up over medium heat, and then we're going to start melting the cheese. Alright, so now the water is hot. What we're going to add is I guess about 4 ounces of blue cheese and 2.5 ounces of, well, I went a little overboard, 3 ounces of shaved Parmesan cheese. Now this is over medium heat, and we're going to stir this, and we're going to turn it down to low, and we want the cheese to melt. Now the cheese has a lot of salt in there, so we're not going to add any salt to this recipe. Now what we also have is 1 generous teaspoon of red pepper flakes and 1/2 teaspoon of white ground pepper. Now, as I was futzing around with this recipe, pepper is good. It tastes good in this, but you don't want to use black pepper because it makes it look dirty. The red pepper flakes do look pretty, so that's what you want. So we're going to cook this over low heat until all the cheese melts. Now, part of John J's recipes also utilized homemade breadcrumbs, which were used as a topping, but I'm going to use 1/4 cup, 4 tablespoons of homemade breadcrumbs, and Mrs. Rivet makes the best homemade breadcrumbs in the world because she bakes and her bread is awesome. So we're going to use her flavored breadcrumbs here in the milk mixture. So once this is all melted and incorporated, we'll add the lima beans, so join me there. Okay, so now all the cheese is melted. We are going to add the lima beans that we've cooked for about 12 minutes, simmered, and we're going to incorporate these very well. And essentially that's done. This is a wonderful side dish, great with chicken, pork chops, turkey, yes, goes very well with turkey. Now, if you want it as a main meal, just serve it in a larger bowl. It is so rich and yummy that a large bowl will be a full meal. So let's plate it up and show you how it's done. And there you have it, John Jay's Limas. But yeah, oh, this smells absolutely fantastic. And yes, what a dish that is.